What's going on, everybody? This is Nick from House of Paint 203, bringing you the third and final part of the Owlbear series. He is base coated and washed, and he also has a little bit of a mid-tone highlight on his fur and feathers. So today we are going to be finishing him up, touching up his face, his beak, and applying some final highlights to his feathers, as well as bring up his base. So a lot of stuff to do. Let's jump right in. As always, I want to give a special shout out to friend of the show, Dominic Marriott, owner and founder of Credit UK, all the way across the pond in the UK. Dominic is a crafter of dice trays, dice towers, dice vaults, dice boxes. You name it, Dominic makes it. You need to check out his stuff so that you can up your game at your gaming table today. Also, while you're here, be sure to smite like and slam subscribe so that you can stay up to date on all the latest content that I am putting out there in my quest to paint the manual. Of course, this week we are finishing up the Owlbear. All right, I want to start off on his face with a mixture of khaki and hot yug brown. And as a final highlight on his feathers and fur, I actually am taking the tan that I use and I mixed it with light grape color. Almost like a purple worm color. I kind of like that. Now that that's done, I'm going to go back in here with some black on the feathers of his body. And I'm going to start making some black accents on some areas of his feathers. So what I mean by that, I'm going to take the second row of feathers on his arms and just kind of make them black tipped. The face is ready to roll, so I'm going to start All right, well, I'm done waiting for that to dry. I'm gonna go in and base coat the ground. For this, I'm using a heavy brown. All right, base is based. While the base was drying, I went in on a final highlight on his face with a mixture of Otyug brown and dead white, just about a 50-50 mix, and I ran it along the raised areas of his face. Gonna work on his beak now, so I'm gonna try. Since I have been the palette, I'm gonna try a little bit of ochre. Take some ochre now and run it around the, I actually take that same color that I used, maybe give it a little bit more ochre to really give it that orange look. But in the monster manual, the Owlbear has kind of like this orange and brown ring that goes around. And then his face is actually tipped in black. Owlbear's coming along. I'm gonna take a little more of that ochre and actually give him some irises. I don't know if that's the right term, but I'm gonna give him some color in his eyes using the ochre. While I was off camera, I gave his base a brown wash, and now that it's dry, I'm gonna go in here with a little dry brush using Otyug brown. Most of this base is going to be covered by grass effects, but in the areas where it's not, I do want to have a nice dry brush. Now that the dry brush is complete, I'm going to go ahead and glue this model down to the base. Now that he's dry, I'm going to be going in here with some different grass tufts. I have some swamp grass, I have some field grass, and of course I do have some fantasy tufts such as this turquoise right here, and I do have the fantasy tuft that I used on the unicorn last week, where it has the little kind of pink accents. Since these are stickers, it's easy to just apply them wherever you want to see what looks good and then move them around as needed. With the base complete, just going to go on up and give him a couple of pupils to finish up his eyes. Touch up his teeth with a little bone white. And with that, part 3 of the Owlbear series and the Owlbear himself is complete. As always, I thank you for watching. Information on how to follow me is immediately following the video, as is information on how to follow Dominic Marriott of Crit It UK. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.